everybody, J.K. Calloway here, jumping back into Sharp Objects. Episode 6 of the limited series. It's called Cherry. It's another creepy title. A lot of context that I hope they don't get into. We'll see what happens. But yeah, last we left off, a couple big things happened with Camille. Namely, her mother. Wow. Her mother decided to sit her down and tell her that she never loved her. Now, the context was, with that at least, it's because of who her father was. She couldn't see past the fact that she was her father's daughter, and therefore could never love her. And she thought she was doing her a kindness with this. Like, oh, here, I'm going to relieve you of something. I have never loved you. No. Like, that's a horrendous thing to tell a child. Doesn't matter how old the child is, by the way. It's just a bad thing to say. And it's mean. And it's like, it's just like she's so messed up. And I hope we get more into the mom story because there's a lot there. And then immediately after, Camille went to the detective dude, went to his hotel, and they had some sex. Pretty hidden, I guess, as best she could. Like, her shirt stayed on and the lights were off, but at the same time, he's got hands, and unless he's, a lazy lover, hands wander. They're gonna feel all over her body and legs, and like, it's everywhere. Like, it just makes me nervous. It's gonna bring up questions I don't know if she wants to answer, I should say. Like, it's just... But yeah, only 3 episodes left. We still don't really know anything about the case, by the way. And they're almost veering away from it in ways. So hopefully they get back into that. Hopefully we find out who's doing this horrible shit. And, hopefully we find out more about Camille's story, what led to the cutting, why it manifested the way it did when she just put words everywhere. It wasn't just... wanting to feel something else. It was clearly for something beyond that. So, I'm nervous, but let's jump back in. And of course, before we get going, subscribe for me. I would always appreciate that. We're over 11K. We're doing really good. 2 weeks left of the Sharp Objects here. We'll do episodes 7 and 8 next week and finish it off. And, I'm nervous about it. But go check out the welcome video on our homepage. It gives you an idea of everything we're doing for the month of October, a few things we're doing in November, and we'll put one out every month with a full, calendar and schedule and all that good stuff. So, yeah, go take a look. I'm trying to be cheery, but I just know this episode, sure, it's been rough. It's been really good, but man, it's been rough. Also, check out Patreon, which is patreon.com/JKReacts. Full reactions to all the shows we do. Again, everything on Patreon, including all the exclusive stuff just for patrons. It'll be listed on our welcome page, welcome video, plus some stuff we're starting soon. So, lots of good stuff on the welcome. Go watch the welcome video. What we plan on doing, what we have done. It's all on there. Cherry. We saw flashes of Camille when she was a kid. Teenager, hopefully. Couple places with the football team and what that entails, and that shed, and we don't have the full story, but we got a lot of the story, and it's just here we go. Back to this. Different little girl. Those were 2 different girls. I didn't notice that before. Did you really not notice? Did your hands really not wander? That's the best part of sex. Feeling and looking at a woman's body. It's just the best.
If I connect these 2, I could make a C for Camille.
You're not fucking funny.
Sound funny. Thank you for coming for me last night. I get funny ideas sometimes.
What the fuck does that mean? Did you do it yourself? Or did you get attacked? Okay. And why are you there? First. Why'd you call her first?
My workers.
You think you could identify it by the seat?
It was white with flowers on it.
Yeah.
We're gonna need the employment records of everyone who's worked here for the last 5 years.
They were darling little girls. Very well behaved. God plucked the very best girls from Wind Gap to take to heaven for his own.
You're full of shit. Bye.
Why'd you do that?
Because you're full of shit.
Because you were just wasting my time.
No,
What was on your ear just now?
It did not concern you.
The first piece of material evidence in a double homicide certainly does concern me.
Now you know about it, so there's no reason to be upset with me.
Fuck off.
Like it.
I heard that Bob Nash was there. What was his reaction when he saw the bike?
Are you interviewing me?
Yeah, I guess I am.
I believe she's outstayed her welcome. Let her know how you feel about it, please.
Wow. You're such... Let her know how you feel about it. Fuck off.
Camille doesn't have any children, and I just don't think you can feel the pain the way that we do.
Right. I feel. I don't think part of your heart can ever work if you don't have kids.
I didn't really become a woman until I felt Mackenzie inside of me.
Fuck
There's all
off.
this.
So, there were you an apology for what happened
In high school?
What happened?
in the woods
Okay.
and what we did to you. That day, it's haunted me.
Well, looks like we both got fucked. Why are you being nice to me?
I would not be. And I was rubbing your leg and you were bleeding.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone thought you had your period, but I saw. It said cherry. That makes sense. We were so shiny. But on the inside, there's that dark heart pit.
We're gonna take you home.
No.
Get on in.
Emma, I'm gonna go and get in.
What are you wearing?
No way. We'll drop here before we go. You sure you don't want to come with us? It'll be fun. Come on, Chiquita. Oxycontin makes you feel real good.
You're going to a high school party? Really?
What the fuck are y'all doing here? I didn't know you're here. Show your face. God, you're such a little bitch. Die murderer! Why don't you go drink a little bit more? Fuck off.
The one about how someone took a chunk out of your ear. Was it Natalie?
Who told you about that? If you want to know about Natalie, you should ask your mom.
I'm trying to decide if I like any character in this show yet. And I really don't.
Her played a game of rolling roulette.
Rolling roulette.
The tongue it dissolves on last is a lucky winner.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. What's wrong with you? You need to call someone. Oxy NX? I don't know about that, man. Oh. You were with her.
You're gonna be going home tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, why is that?
Mexican worker at the hog farm ID'd Keen as a guy who dumped a bike in the lagoon.
That's definitely not. I don't think it's Keen.
I love you. Take me back to St. Louis with you. I could get a job after school. You think I could put my doghouse in my resume?
Carefully. You don't have to. Don't lift up her shirt, please.
Bad things are gonna happen to you. Can't stop her.
Fuck off. What's this memory?
It's not safe here for you.
That was only slightly horrifying. Jesus Christ. It's not safe for you here. From her dead sister. I genuinely don't know where this is going for Camille. Or Emma, for that matter. Or their mom. Nowhere good. You know what I mean? Like, there's no happy ending in this show. But as far as all that goes, is like, but, you know, apparently one of the workers is saying they saw Keen dump the bike. Now, that's clearly, you know, they just fired Keen. He's a good scapegoat. You know what I mean? So why not? And that could be a directive from fucking Amora, is that her name? Camille's mom? Because she think it'll heal the town. To just get it done. To just have it done. To have the detective go home. To have Camille go home. To have everyone go back to normal until another girl shows up dead. You know what I mean? But we'll think about that part later. I can almost guarantee that's what's going on with that. They're just like, you know what? Let's just get this. Like, say it was Keen. And then we don't have to deal with it anymore. And the problems will all go away. Because we'll all just put on blinders and it'll be fine. I feel like that scene where the boy from high school, the football player guy, whatever, trying to apologize to Camille is going to play a role. Like, is there more to that story? Like, is it one of those situations where, like, apparently that's something that's always been on his mind, and I don't think it's the horrible thing that he thinks or he says it is. I'm kind of pointing my finger at him right now, because maybe he's trying to recreate that feeling with a young girl like he had when he was a young boy, which, you know, is horrifying because that was not consensual. I don't know if, like, they talked about that earlier. Like, Camille admitted that it, you know, consent is not, you know, what it was. It's not now what it was back then. Basically, it very much seemed like every little blip they show about that scene in the woods with the 5 football players or whatever, and Camille, like, the look on Camille's face when she kind of is, like, ignoring them and playing with the spider is like, it's not consent. It's almost submission and acceptance. Like, this is gonna happen. It's just, I was on a football team. We never did that. Like, what the fuck? Like, we partied like crazy, and, like, I'm sure there were some of the guys that hooked up with random girls and stuff. I don't think, as far as I know, there wasn't a bunch of, you know, packs of idiots from the team cornering, like, not cornering, you know what I mean, like, taking advantage of a cheerleader. One cheerleader, which is like, wow, okay, that's, like, why do you want to see each other's dicks so bad? It's kind of, for the most part, all the football players already had girlfriends, so they were banging them, you know, like, I had a girlfriend throughout that time. But, it's just, I don't understand this show so far is making me feel pretty good about the fact that I didn't have a daughter. I wanted a daughter. I wanted 1 and 1. I wanted a boy and a girl. Son and daughter. We got 2 boys. Yeah, I'm kind of okay with it. There's a lot of times, not only in fictional world like this, but in real world news, I'm like, kind of glad I didn't have a daughter. Someone would hurt my daughter, and I'd go to jail. Don't get me wrong, someone hurts my sons, go into the same jail, but, like, it just seems like it's less likely that someone would hurt my son, and more likely that daughters are targets. I don't want to say it, but kind of, The show makes me feel gross. Thank you guys for watching with me. Comments. Let me know what you thought of this one. Wow, like, there's so many little things, like the cheerleader from that party saying, oh, you want to know about Natalie? Ask your mother. Hopefully that comes up. And then, you know, Emma being like bored. Like, we don't know Emma's story. We don't know if anything happened to her in the past already. She's already admitted that she's fooled around with boys, and she's what, 14, 15? That's probably pretty average age for that, I think. You know, like I was 14, 15 when I first kissed a girl or did stuff. Nothing. We didn't round third, let's say that. I didn't do that until I was like 16, 17. But she seems very slapdash with her safety, her well-being. Like, she doesn't seem to care. And I hate, like, you have so many advantages in this life, dude. You don't have to throw them away. What happened to that shed? Like, she jokingly said, I could make a C out of this. Like, dude, like, I'm afraid of what she's might do. Like, I don't think she's idolizing Camille. I think she's almost saying, this is my future. I should start doing that too, or something. It just, But yeah, we'll jump into the final 2 episodes next week and be horrified by the results, I'm sure. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll talk to you next time.